Hi everybody, time for 10-minute Technology Tuesday. I'm going to continue the series on Excel worksheets. I wanted to take a step back and review a little bit more and maybe get a little bit more of the basics in. I did have a couple people said that they're excited about learning about Excel, so I'm going to take it a little bit slower. Once again, we're going to open up Excel. Here is the Excel choices. I'm going to do blank worksheet. I'll double click on that to open up a new worksheet. Now, I don't think I did a good job explaining a little bit more about Excel. So up here, the ABC are columns. If I want to change a column, the whole column, I'm going to highlight it up here. Notice when I just click in the cell, I'm not getting the whole column. So these, the ABCs, are columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, going down here are rows. If I want to change something in the row, the whole row, I'm going to click the whole row here. If I want to change a whole row, it's not going to help if I click in the cell. One more time, columns across, click up here to change the whole column. Rows going down, click here to change the whole row. Then in here specifically is the cell. The cell is where you're going to be typing any kind of information or data. I want you to refer up to here. This tells me what cell I'm at right here. I'm at row B, column 3. That tells me the cell. If I go over here, I'm at column C, row 7. I'm using my mouse to get to these things, but I also wanted to mention that you can use your arrow keys. If I use my arrow keys, I can go down and I can go over. So mouse or arrow keys. Now when I enter data into a particular cell, I click on the cell and then I just type it in. I'm going to challenge the teachers out there to make a schedule for next year. I know at least at the elementary side that's on their mind. They're getting ready to do that. So maybe you could do this along with me. I'm challenging you to prepare your schedule in Excel. So down here, it's going to be the time. So I'm entering the data, time, the word time right here. Oh, I noticed that I wanted to make it a capital or maybe all capital. I haven't hit enter right now, so I could click or hit the backspace button and redo it. All right. I could also hit escape, and as I hit escape, it deletes. So along this side, I'm going to hit time, and I'll make them all caps this time, because that's how my schedule will be. Times will be going along this side like this. I'm going to hit this on pause right now so I could type in some time. You really don't want to see me do that. So I'll pause this right now. Okay, so now I have my times typed in and I typed them as fast as I could, hopefully making mistakes. I'm going to go with that, like I did those mistakes on purpose. And this is a schedule that you might have for your day, and I'll show you how to change that. So we have the schedule over here in column A and down the rows to 14. You can see that I'm just about to enter the 2:30 to 3 o'clock times. I hit enter and now it's there. But in here I've found I've made some mistakes. I didn't hit the right button. I have an equal inside. So in order for me to change my information, I can do a couple different things. I can click on it, and when I click on it, it shows up here in this bar. Whatever I click on, it shows in that bar. So I can click on here, I can go into this part right here and change what I made mistake. So that's one way to click on it and change here. Now sometimes the information goes all the way across into another column and you click on that column and it appears as though, let me see if I can make it do that. So it appears as though there's information in column B that I want to change. When I click column B, nothing shows up. Don't be fooled by that. If you typed it in A and extended over to a different column, it won't show up. You won't be able to change it there. You have to go to here. Sometimes I type a whole sentence and it goes across to different columns, and you have to click in the original row in order to change it. So another way to change information would be to double click on it, and my cursor then stays within the cell itself, and then I can make my changes right in the cell. So one more time, making changes, click here, change up here in this bar, or double click on it, highlight it, change wherever the cursor is. Well, if you notice, my times also are exceeding the column. So let's talk about what we can do for that. I could make the column bigger by just moving up here. Remember, I can't go here. This won't make it bigger. But up here, when I'm talking about the columns by A and B, click and hold. I get those little arrows that go in both directions and drag out. Now I made the column bigger. Another thing I could do is change the size of the font. So now I'm going to click on the whole column, and up here in regular, just like Word, I can make the font smaller so it fits in. To me, that's just a little bit too small. So I'll make the column bigger, like that. Now, I don't really particularly like that they're all over this way, so maybe I want to make it go so it's right justified. I think I showed you this last week, but I can click on this one right here and make them all go towards the right. I don't know if I like that, so let's make them go to the middle. That looks a little bit better. I'd like those to be important and easy to read, so I'm going to make those bold. Hit the bold. There we go. Maybe that font is just a little bit too small. Let's make it a little bigger. If I make the font too big, I'm going to have to rearrange the size of the column and possibly the rows. Let's talk about that. Maybe the rows need to be just a little bit bigger for this. So while I have this highlighted, I'm also highlighting the rows as well. So I could right-click any place here and get to row height. Oh, I guess I could just run. Here's my row height. I can change that to whatever I want. But I don't want to just change one. I want to change them all. So I'm going to highlight all of the rows, right-click, and change the row height. It's at 21 now. I'll make it 25. If you end up typing a lot in each one of these, you'll want to make your row height bigger. Let's make that column bigger. There we go. Oh, I see another mistake. Double-click on it, move the cursor to where it is, change the mistake. Well, I think that will be it for today. 7 minutes into this Technology Tuesday. Review, we created a schedule, or that's what I'm challenging you to do. We've typed in, learned where the rows are down the side, columns across. We typed in information in here. We were able to move the information by moving the column. We changed the information, making it bold. We changed it by making it a different font size. That's it for now. Bye.